emergency braking with pedestrian detection on the all-new Hyundai Elantra.
Why would you do that on camera?
And the Grammy goes to Alabama Shake.
Oh my gosh, let's take air.
Never time here doing this. When we start right here. And we did it for fun. We never thought we'd be getting any awards, any recognition like this. But actually, I just want to say thank you. I want to thank you, all of my family and friends. I want to thank our management. I want to thank John Salter, ACO, Erin, Ambrosia, our great publicist. I want to thank Blake. I want to thank Sean Hill. Thank you so much. Beautiful.
Bye. Or you can't say anything anyway, dude.
Hey, Erin. Hey, Lindsey.
Hi. Turning up my volume. Oh, Lord. Lauren's been cleansing. She's going to bless us with these little messages, isn't she?
No, Ashley asked. I was answering.
Oh.
Smart Alec.
Like, I'm going to see these little pop-ups throughout. Ooh, this cleanse. Cool. I'll be back. I have to go to the bathroom.
It actually does not make you go to the bathroom.
That's what I heard. I
haven't been once.
Contrary to what people think with a cleanse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is on back order for a week. But I will say that even when I've had stuff that was on back order, it usually comes faster than what the back order says.
Yeah.
I got ordered mine on Wednesday and got it by Friday.
Okay.
Just let me know when you want to get started and I can mute everybody and then whoever's talking can unmute themselves.
Yeah, you're fine. Are you willing to share your screen? do that for basically the majority of the time while we're sharing screen.
Sorry, I have to go back upstairs. My internet connection is not good downstairs.
No problem.
Okay, what did you say?
Can we say something else?
I just said that when I figure if you're still okay to share your screen, we'll go over steps to success and Ruby while you're sharing your screen.
Can you see it? I'm out.
I can even pull up the steps to success picture.
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect.
You know this song?
Here, I'll go ahead and get
It's
that.
another song. It's on our album.
I see.
Why don't
Melanie.
you mute everyone, Ashley?
Okay.
Internet connection problems. So big.
Okay, I got you unmuted, Erin.
Okay, you want to unmute Lindsay too?
Yeah. Oops, she moved. There she is. Okay.
Nice picture.
Who,
Behind
me?
you.
Oh. I don't normally zoom in my room.
It's romantic.
Okay, now I'm blushing.
That's funny. He's like, I'm going to be the one sharing my screen. Thank you. Okay. Well, I figure Lindsay and I will just do some introductions.
Yep.
Just really quickly while you're kind of getting your stuff together. And then we'll start from there and go ahead and get logged into our account and to kind of talk about even where we get our login and et cetera and go top to bottom. Is that okay?
Sounds great.
Okay. So my name is Erin Clark. Some of you guys already know me, so I'll make my just story really short. I am a presidential diamond. Excuse me. I have been in this business just over 3 years. So I joined January 23rd, 3 years ago. I've been through 3 crazy busy seasons, and we are in a crazy one. So we are just really, really excited to have you all and talk with you all tonight. I know that we have a lot of new people in this group. You guys made a great decision to do what you're doing. This is an amazing team, an amazing company with just gobs and gobs of momentum. And what I will say just really quickly before we get started, one of the most cheesy things I thought out of this whole business when I first joined was they kept saying, yeah, I saw you. I saw you. I saw you, boo. Mm-hmm. Last night I fell asleep because I'm super pregnant and just exhausted. And I woke up and I had forgotten that my 4-year-old had put makeup on me. So I had a Zoom with eyebrows up here. It was atrocious. So anyway, one of the cheesiest things I heard from the very beginning was that this business can change your life. I got in it for money. That's what I got in it for, was an income. I didn't really think about anything else besides that. And so it irritated me when they got all cheesy network marketing, like, I don't know, like what I would have considered like a kooky, cult. I felt like that was super cultish. But what I will tell you is in 3 years, my husband and I have both retired from our jobs. We get to be stay-at-home parents. We fully take off every single Friday and do field trips. We call it Family Friday. And my daughter thinks that every kid gets Family Friday, and they don't, we do. And so we just are here to say that when we say it can change your life, it's not cheesy. It's so, so real. So we're just really, really excited to train you. And I'll let Lindsay introduce herself, and then we'll hop on in.
Okay, I'm Lindsey Oelschlager. I've been in 3 months less than Erin. She joined in, I think, January, and I joined in April. So just about 3 years, and I'm a double diamond. I have 3 kids. One's 4. Cade is 19 months, 20 months, something like that. And then Kinley is 4 months. So busy household. I was able to quit my full-time job as a dental assistant right after Kinley was born. So the end of October, I didn't go back to work. It's been awesome. It's kind of crazy around here, but I do love working from home. I am not a stay-at-home mom. I am a work-from-home mom. So it is a different scenario, but I do love it. So that's about it.
Awesome. Okay, so Miss Ranow is going to share her screen, and we are going to start from the very beginning. I know that not everybody is brand new. I know that there are some people that are, 30 days in or 45 days in or whatever the case may be. But we're going to start from the very top down because I know that a lot of us, sorry, I have a little one screaming at my husband. I know that a lot of us never even did really learn how to log into our website. So we're going to walk you through your website piece by piece. So make sure to take notes or even follow along on your computer if you're there. So first of all, your ID number, the customer ID. So when you first signed up as a distributor, whether your enroller signed you up or you signed yourself up, you got an email with a customer ID in it. That number, 7-digit number, is your login to your account. So the number that we're seeing up here, 424-9605, mine is like 1 something. I don't even remember. Oh yeah, I should know it. 167 something. God, 3.
That's Jeremiah's.
Yeah, right? I don't know.
Come on,
Anyway,
Erin.
so I know it when I call into customer service.
Remember your number.
I don't have to call in anymore, so I forget. So that's your login. And if you signed up yourself, you should have written down your password. If your sponsor signed you up, ask your sponsor what your password is. Okay, so that's your first step. Your second step is your training videos. Yep. Ashley or Lindsey, have you guys had people having trouble getting to their training videos on their phone?
I haven't had anybody that's messaged me about their phone, but
Yeah,
I just have
I
people on Google Chrome do it. Or yeah, Google Chrome is the best browser for me.
Okay. I have just had people having trouble with trying to do it from their phone. Sorry if somebody having trouble getting in. But if I use it on my computer, I do perfectly fine. Both on Safari and Chrome. So if you have trouble from your phone or if you have trouble anywhere, just let your sponsor know that you can't get to your training. Once you go to your training, there's all sorts of options. The only option that we have right now that is available is called It Works You Training. So you're going to click on that, scroll down. There's all sorts of documents that you can download, the guidebook, the compensation plan. What I will tell you is that compensation plan is long. You do not need to read through that. Don't waste 2 hours of your life right now getting yourself all confused. You can if that is something that you're super, super worried about. But what we're going to teach you how to do tonight is make money quickly. So literally, you just start your It Works training. It's pretty simple. You can kind of play around with these buttons. There will be some videos
That have been updated since we started.
lots.
Come on. There it is. That goes through some of the stuff.
Yeah.
But you can click on each of those tabs and...
Yeah. Once you get into that training, you're just going to have to follow basically the steps. We're going to have a helper tonight, it's seeming like. Hello. So the second tab in this training is called Steps to Success. So if you want to click on that, again, so the steps to success are our very basics of our business. I'm not going to walk you through all these videos. This is where a lot of the videos, this is Mark and Cindy Pentecost. This goes through a lot of the very basics and core of our company. What I will say and what I recommend is that you have to watch these videos within 3 days of signing up at the latest. Just get in front of your phone, get in front of your computer, whatever the case may be, and watch them. They are very helpful. You need to know this information and you will feel good. You need to see what the company has to offer. Okay.
And when you're watching all that stuff, make sure that you are writing down questions too.
Yeah. Yep. So this is the Steps to Success document that is part of your training. So you've watched some of your videos. You can actually print these documents. I don't know if you can print from here or not. I think you can, right?
There's a download option.
Okay.
I think you can.
So you can actually download this and print it. This is a document that I print every single month. So I have one right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I fill it out every single month because this is literally the building blocks to our business. Step one is join the party. I'll have you talk about the steps of success. You want to talk about that, Lindsey?
Yep.
Just go through the pieces.
Okay. So the first thing is going to be joining to become a distributor. And if you're already seeing this, then that means you are a distributor. So congratulations, step one is completed. You want to make sure that you have where it says up here that you're 150 PBV or you've set up an auto shipment. That is very crucial to do. We want to make sure that we set up an auto to run. It can be any product as long as it's 80 BV to run within the following month after you signed up. The very first goal that you should have, though, when you sign up is to get 4 loyal customers. That is going to make you you're going to get wrap rewards from that. You are going to get your $150 in free product, and this is going to open up all kinds of bonuses for you later on in the future with the company. So we can talk about, do you want me to talk about product credit now or not?
Let's talk about the auto shipment one more time before we move forward. So Lindsey mentioned the auto shipment or the 150 PBV. So whoever signed you up should have talked to you about the 2 options that you have each month to get paid. Those 2 options are either to run what's called an 80 BV auto shipment. So that is $80 worth of product that you are purchasing per month. I will tell you in the 3 years that I've been in this business that I buy that $80 worth of product every single month. You need to be a product of the product. Some of the pluses of running an auto ship are you're never going to have to worry about not being commission qualified because you're going to have run that auto shipment that automatically gets you qualified. The second is that we need to be a product of the product. We need to be able to tell our customers honestly that this stuff does work, that we do love it. The more before and after pictures that we have, the better. So being a product of the product is very, very important. 3, you can sell that product for cash. So when you first signed up with your $99 kit, shush, if you're going to sit here, you have to be super quiet. Mad right now. When you sign up and you set up that auto shipment, the company is going to default that to 2 boxes of wraps. And I'm sure you guys saw that when you signed up. What I tell the people that I'm signing is that we're going to leave it at 2 boxes of wraps. And I'm going to teach them how to edit it as the month goes on. But the reason that the company puts it at 2 boxes of wraps is because they are anticipating us selling those 2 boxes or 8 wraps total. Okay. So if you sell 8 wraps total in your first month, how much cash is that? That's $200 cash. That's amazing. That is our goal. We make money in 3 ways. We make wrap cash, we get a monthly commission, and we get paid by bonuses. And that wrap cash is how I made a lot of my income in that first 6 months of my business. So I would highly recommend that you turn on an auto shipment. The other option, if you have a bad month, if your car breaks down, if you sign a ton of customers and you just don't need any more product or you've ordered a lot, is you can get 150 in PBV, and that is personal bonus volume. That is $150 in loyal customers or customers directly underneath of you. And that is the only way that you're going to get paid if you don't run your auto shipment. Okay. So I'm going to preach and preach and preach that you need to have that auto shipment set up. But the beauty of our company is that if you can't, you're not disqualified. You're not kicked out of the company. You didn't sign up for this with, your blood in red on a contract saying, I will buy $100 of product every month. We give you 2 options. So we love option number 1, but we, somebody's having audio issues. Hopefully it's not me. Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just, I wanted to kind of just hammer that in on the auto shipment because we've been really struggling with people not setting up auto shipments and not understanding the 150 PBV. Ashley, do you have anything to add on that?
Nope, that sounds great.
Okay. So I figure before we go into, let's keep talking steps to success and the 4 customers just while we're on this sheet, and we can do product credit at the end. Don't you think, Linz?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about 4 loyal customers. This is this beginning part. I'm pointing like you guys can see me pointing. That's ridiculous. So this first part of the sheet on step number 2, wrap rewards. Your goal, just like Lindsay said, is to get 4 loyal customers. If you can get that done in 30 days, that's going to get you $120 in free product and 2 wrap rewards. So a wrap reward is a discounted box of wraps or facials. You're going to get a box for $25, and then you can either sell that box or use it. So again, the company's giving you major opportunities to sell wraps for cash, which is, again, how I made a ton of my money in the beginning. So don't be afraid to sell those wraps. I know people that, sell hundreds of dollars in their first month because people want this product. They need it. They love it. So let's ask these ladies. So Lindsay, who were your first 4 customers? How did you get your first 4?
I made people sign up because they needed to support me. So first one was my mother-in-law, one of my best friends, another girl who came to my launch party, and my mom.
Awesome. Ashley, who were yours?
At my launch party, my mom signed up, and then 3 girls at my launch party signed up.
Okay. So mine were my mom, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, and my dad. I want you guys to hear that the commonality of the 3 of us, we've all been in the business for longer, basically than 2 years. We're all, making good income in this business. We've all quit our jobs. I mean, Chase Louise. But the commonality between the 3 of us is that our 4 customers were people that cared about us enough to order some stuff, right? I look for my first 4. If I am your sponsor and I'm launching you, I'm going to tell you to make your emergency contact list. Okay. That's something that Ashley Sinclair taught me, and I love it. Who are the people that you would call if you were in a bind, or if you were pregnant and you were going to tell your first 4 people that love you the most? Your emergency contact people. Those are people to me that I can call and say, I need you to do me a really huge favor. And they're going to say, what's up? And then I'm going to say, I need you to buy one thing for me because you love me and you care about me and you need some fat fighters. Not because you're fat, but because you love me and that's the cheapest product we have. My mom wanted nothing to do with the wraps, but she ordered the stress reducer, and now she's a double diamond and is paying off her adoption debt in our business. But at the very beginning, she was skeptical, but she did it because she loved me. So I know that every single person on this call can ask someone for a favor. You can get at least a couple of customers that way. Some other ways that you can get customers are Facebook posts. So we just made this page. It's still in the making. I'm so sorry. I'm so slow. I'm always just super slow. But you're going to have 30 days of ideas for things for you to do on a daily basis. That can be a couple of Facebook posts a day. Sharing how excited you are to try the product if you haven't gotten to try the product yet. Sharing about your launch party. Sharing about your personal wrap results or your personal wow results or whatever the case may be if you have had that opportunity to try it. Those Facebook posts are ways to start to kind of market but they're not the way that you're going to seal the deal. So Facebook posts are only a part of how we do this business. I think that when people sign up, they think that Ashley and Lindsey and I just post on Facebook and customers just come banging down our door. That is not true. That I can promise you they do not. I wish they did, but they don't. So what we do is we keep our doors open. You know, our Facebook pages are like that, the business in the mall. I think Chelsea used this example. We open our doors in the morning by posting on Facebook, but if we don't message people, if we don't follow up with people, nobody's actually going to buy our product. So private messages are a great way to start talking to people, just asking them to be your product testers. You know, Lindsey, how else do you get customers? How else is a way and a tip to get their first 4 customers?
I would say that, you know, you're 4 people that you're really close to, but the launch party, we haven't really talked about that. That's where I would, you know, most people get theirs.
Let's talk about the launch party then, because I think that's super important. I didn't have one, so I'm really bad about even explaining the importance of it, but I know that you and Ashley both did.
So you're going to have a launch party. You can actually have your launch party before your kid even comes. I had mine before my kid came. I needed to go Ruby very fast. And in order to do that, Erin actually drove from Kansas City at like 2 days after I signed up for this. I had no idea what I was doing. She came and did my launch party for me, and I had, I don't know, like 5 or 6 people sign up to be loyal customers that day. Your launch party is the key to your success. You need to do a launch party. First of all, you are going to do it 5 to 7 days. Well, 10, you could do 10, I guess. After you signed up, invite anyone and everyone. I mean, honestly, people that you don't even think that are going to ever buy a product from you.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Erin said,
Lindsey, how did you get people to attend your launch party? Because I know we did yours really fast. How did you invite them?
I invited them through a Facebook event, and then I also called and texted people, and I just said to come over. I had something fun for them to try, a new thing that I was doing, and they just showed up. Don't make it does not need to be super formal. I mean, I told them to all wear comfy clothes because I had like 3 or 4 people wrap, and I made $100 that day because I sold all my wraps. I made my money back from joining the company.
So one thing I heard out of this, and we'll move on from the launch party. A launch party is just your very first opportunity to share the product and the business with your friends. If your sponsor is local to you, they can absolutely help you. If not, that's okay. We have tons of YouTube videos. You have leaders that will Zoom in on a launch party. I have Zoomed in on launch parties and done the presentation part with people just via this computer. You know, we can make it work. So don't not have a launch party just because you're off, 3 hours away from your sponsor and he or she can't come, okay? The second thing that I heard from Lindsey that was really important that I love is that she didn't just create a Facebook event. Oh, no, ma'am. I think not. She did not just create a Facebook event and hope people came, okay? People ignore Facebook events. I get Facebook invites every day of my life. I get invited to a Jamboree nail or a posh party or a, whatever. I get them all the time because you guys, network marketing is the bomb and everybody wants to be in it. So I get that. But if you don't follow up with people and message them and text them and actually invite them, they're not even going to see your invite. So you might invite 20 people and get 1 to show up, and most of those people just didn't even see it. So when you are launching your business, I just want to just hammer in the importance of personal messages, personal calls, get on the phone. We don't want to be spammers. We're not people that are going to start spamming people right away. We want to be personal. We're networkers. So everything that you do from square one needs to be somewhat personal at least. So let's just talk about the last steps to success really quickly, and then we'll move on through your website. So you have joined the business, you have turned on your auto shipment, or you have a darn good plan to get to 150 PBV as quickly as possible, so $150 in customers. You've signed your first 4 customers, so you've gotten your $120 in free product credit, you got your 2 wrap rewards. Now we start talking about building your business, and that is gathering 3 qualified distributors to join your team. So I'm just going to talk about the 3 and not necessarily about the Ruby yet, but 3 people that want to make extra income with you. Those don't have to be people that want to make 10 grand a month or do this full time. They can be people that want to make $300 a month, or they can be people that want to make enough to earn free products. So that is just where you start brainstorming on people that you want to work with. Okay. So when you print out the steps to success, one of the things that I do in pencil is I start writing people's names in these lines before they've actually signed, because I think about them as people that would be good in my business, people that I want to work with, people that I'm going to follow up with, and I don't want to forget. So those are your 3 steps. Join the party, turn your auto shipment on, sign your 4 customers, and then sign 3 distributors. Anything else?
That sounds awesome. And I put the steps to success in that page too, in the document section where you can print from there as well.
Okay.
They actually, in their brand new kit, they get a full sheet like this, printed out on cute paper.
Ooh, good. That's nice.
I want to tell you one thing though. You know how you just signed 4 little customers? You can ask those little customers to become a distributor. They can upgrade. 2 of my first loyal customers became distributors. So,
Yep.
So don't forget that. Once they started using them for a couple months, they fell in love with the product and they joined the team too. So, one was actually my mother-in-law. Another girl was a diamond. So, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
So, you want to talk about hundreds list, memory jogger?
Yep. Let's go through some other documents a little bit quicker. Let's go through the hundreds list, the memory jogger, just even to show them where they are.
And I put both of those in that page too.
That page. Perfect. So in our Facebook page, you have all these documents. They're also in your eSuite. So if you guys can look at the left-hand side of Ashley's screen, there are categories of commissions. There's events, there's forms, gives back, training and business building is a big one that you need to just scroll through. And then the other one is product info. So if you guys have any questions about product or the ingredients or some very specifics, some people really like a lot of information. So if you want to make a binder, I am not that person. I just use my website and but you can they have really pretty documents that talk about exactly what is in our product. The tab that she was clicking on was training and business building. And the very top document is a super important document. It's called the 100s list. And what that is, all it is a sheet of numbers where you write people's names down, their phone number, their email. I don't always put all of that information, but it's just 100 people that you know. Don't be intimidated by that. Just start writing people down. Write all your cousins down, your aunts and uncles, the people that you used to work with, the people that you went to high school with, your Facebook friends that you banter, around with. This is going to be your working list of people that you follow up with and chat with about the business. This isn't like you're making a list of people that you're going to start hounding to join my team, join my team, join my team. It's not like that because we are not spammers. These are just people that we are going to actively network with who may be your first 4 customers. They may host a party. They may be willing to spread the word for you about their business, about your business, or they may, want to make extra income with you. They may have been waiting for an opportunity like this for a lifetime. So absolutely, in your first 24 hours, I'm going to make you make this list. I want people, I like to split them in categories of like the emergency contacts, make those on the top. Your dream team, make those next, because what I'm going to do if I'm your sponsor is help you talk to those people. I know that if Lindsey or Ashley are your upline, what we do is we match effort. So if you are somebody that wants to go get and go after this, I'll group message with you. I'll help you sign people. That's the whole reason I'm here, is to help you start building your business so that you can be successful, because my success is based on your success. So that's your hundreds list. There's another document in there called the memory jogger. I really like that one. I mean, it's a little cheesy, whatever, but it asks questions. I know a lot of people from the very beginning, their fear is that they don't know enough people. That's what I hear all the time. I just don't know anybody. And so I really want to challenge you to go through this list and find people. I mean, I don't know a TV reporter, but whatever. So, or a word processor. I mean, there's some really stupid stuff on here, but there's also some really good stuff that can kind of, you know, relatives is in a high profile job. Like those are the people that might be on your dream team. Those are the people that you may not ever think would want to do this business, but they might be drowning in debt. Hey, Jeremiah. Hey. So
I thought that was a shirtless pic of him, but that's Cade, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the last document, we will talk about, what else is there, Lindsay? Oh, Ruby chart. Do we want to look at the Ruby chart really fast?
Mm-hmm.
These charts are going to be your best friend. Don't be afraid of them. Don't shy away from them. In fact, print this bad boy out and hang it on your wall or hang it on your refrigerator, because this is what we're going to make as your goal. This is the rank that comes with that $1,000 bonus. And so if you guys signed up this month, you have 2 calendar months to get Ruby. Raina's excited for Ruby. Ruby is an average of $599 a month. And right now, if you signed up in the month of February, you're going to get all of February, all of March, and all of April to hit it. So we're going to talk really quickly about what a Ruby is. So that red circle that says you in it, that's you. Okay. It's pretty simple. So put your name there. You. Yay. Name, I mean, Madam Ruby or Princess Ruby or whatever you want to call yourself. You have made your first goal by getting 4 loyal customers. I write those customers down on this Ruby sheet too, because I want to make sure that I am qualified for that Ruby bonus. Those 4 customers are part of what gets you qualified for the Ruby bonus. So don't miss out on that free product. Your first goal is not to worry about the rest of this stuff. It's just to get those 4 customers. So then, just like in the steps to success, your second goal is to sign 3 distributors. So Ashley and Lindsay, who were your first distributors? How did you get your first 3 people to join your business with you?
One of mine was my a friend, one of the daycare moms that Cade went to daycare with. She came to my launch party. I didn't even really know her, and she had been using the products prior years before and had stopped using them. So she signed up at my launch party as a loyal customer and then went home and decided she wanted to be a distributor and signed up the next day. And then one was a high school friend, and then one was my mom's friend's daughter. So it's like totally random people for me.
Mm-hmm. Lindsay, who were yours?
Mine, so my mother-in-law was one of them. I had to find people that were a lot closer to me because I needed to go promote faster. But my mother-in-law, one of the girls from my launch party, and then I don't remember who the third one was. Obviously, they didn't see the vision like we did.
Yeah, I feel I forget your promotion. I think that Lindsay went Ruby in like 1.5 weeks. I'm pretty positive of that.
14 days.
Yeah. So my first distributors were a girl I posted on Facebook about wrapping into my skinny dress. And that's a girl that had a party, and she was one of my first. Jamie O'Rourke was a friend that I reached out to and just said, hey, I am doing this crazy thing. I'm terrified. I feel like an idiot. I'm super nervous about it, and I'm going to look like a big dummy, but would you want to do it with me? And I think we can make a lot of money, and I think that I'm onto something here. And what if you gave it 3 months with me? And she was like, okay. So that's an idea. You know, I had a couple of friends like that. Do you guys have any quick tips and tricks to fill these first 3 boxes? And then I'll just explain what a Ruby is and we'll move on. What are some other tips and tricks for your first 5 distributors or your first 3 distributors?
I ask every single person that, even if you're interested in greens, I'm still going to talk to you about the business. And I think that that's one thing as newbies that people get scared of is offering the business whenever you haven't maybe yet seen success yourself. You know that your upline or, Erin or I or Lindsay or Lauren or somebody's had success, but you haven't quite seen it yourself yet. So I think a lot of people shy away from offering the business.
Mhm.
But I think that can be a big mistake. You can just because you don't have a story yet doesn't mean you're not in the process of making one, and you can use other people's stories. So I think that's one of the biggest things starting out is not to be afraid to talk about the business to everyone, because you never know who needs this business.
Yeah. One of the phrases that Mackenzie Schultz used, we were in St. Louis together and she was just sending it to people. And I thought it was so bold and it's very simple, was just, okay, awesome. You said you're interested in greens. Would you rather try that at a discount, or would you rather try it at a discount with an opportunity to make money? Like super simple. And it just gave them two options. And so I always ask that because I just want to know. I mean, I just truly want to know, for my own benefit. And just like Ashley said, I still don't always use my story. I will tell you guys that because I feel like my story is it's a little bit like people don't want to retire from their jobs all the time. People don't want to quit. They don't think that 150,000 in bonuses is like even real, and that's stupid, and I'm probably a liar. And so I still tell the story of having a party at my house. Kelly LeMaster's coming. She was a double diamond and she was making the same income that her husband was in corporate America, raising her 4 babies. And I loved that story. And she was right in a spot where I thought was like sort of relatable. It wasn't about me. So it wasn't like, I don't feel like I'm bragging. Like it doesn't make me feel as weird. And then I say, and because of her and her story, my whole life has changed, So feel free to use whatever story sticks out to you and whatever inspires you. And then you be bold enough to tell people, I'm going to make $1,000 bonus in 2 months. So if you want to try this with me, then let's do it. And if you hate it, you can quit. We don't want you to quit. We think that you are a winner and you are not going to quit. You're awesome. You can do this. But if you hate it in 3 months and this is not for you, nobody's going to come chasing down your door. Okay.
Well, and I also think with you saying what Mackenzie said about do you want the greens, or and to just try them at my price and me make money, or do you want to make money with me? That also, even if they just want to get the greens for right now, that plants that initial seed to where when they fall in love with the greens, then you have that seed already planted that you can reapproach them again.
Here's the key to that. So what I always wanted to promise myself was that you need to sit down. Come in here and sit down. Was that I would always ask everyone, because guys, I was a customer first. I bought wraps from a college friend who I love, who is under Lori Conway, who I would have totally signed up for. If she would have said, girl, you need to come and make some money with me. Let's be business partners. I'd have been like, oh, cool. I loved her. She was amazing, but she never asked me. And I also had even said to her, do you actually make money in this? And she was like, oh yeah. And then left it awkwardly silent. And then let me go on my merry way and followed up with me about wraps one time and never talked to me again. And so then when Kelly asked me face to face, I signed with her. And that sucks for that girl because she'd be making a lot of money because she already had one strong team underneath of her. But instead, she never asked. And so if you even just ask one time, at least you've planted that seed with somebody so that when they start seeing somebody make money, at least you have given it a shot. At least you've asked. And I don't mind saying to people, like, it may not be a fit for you, but I have to ask because you're amazing. And I think that you would be awesome. We can go over more tips if you guys have questions on signing distributors. I know that a lot of my people have gotten their 4 customers, but let's talk about what this Ruby chart is really quickly. So these boxes, so you're in the red circle, remember? Princess Ruby. And then the 3 boxes below that are those 3 people that you signed. Those are your 3 dream team people. Those are your mother-in-law and your neighbor and your mom's daughter. Those are those 3 people. Those are distributors, okay? When you sign them, you write their names in that box. What your goal is to teach them how to get their 4 loyal customers and their 3 distributors, okay? So I also do it when they get their 4 customers. I write those customers' names down next to that box because I want to make sure that my people are qualifying for the Ruby bonus. They're completing their steps. Ashley's totally distracting me because she's laughing.
Sorry. You said your mom's daughter.
Mom's daughter?
As in your sister.
Oh, shoot. What your mom's coworker's daughter? What was the story? Like, whatever. Well, and I used to use like Scooby characters, and so that doesn't work anymore. And then Erin was like using profanity the other night, so I'm like really distracted with that. Mom's daughter, your sister. So anyway, so those are your 3 distributors. And then you're going to teach them to do the same thing. So as soon as your people start getting their customers, you're going to teach them how to sign distributors. As soon as one of your rock star, your mom's daughter goes executive, what that means is that she's signed 2 distributors herself. So each of these boxes is somebody that is working the business who wants to make extra income. That's all it is. So you can sign 3 and teach your people to sign people, and then suddenly you have names in every box. I will just say this without trying to confuse anybody. You can sign personally all 5 of those people if you want. If you're a rock star and you're going super fast, I'm going to advise you to sign 3 people and then figure out who is going to be in this green box, and you can actually place the next 2 people that you sign underneath that person in the green box, okay? Because we want you to get to Ruby as soon as possible. I think that's probably for another call, but just know that you need to talk to your sponsor or talk to your diamond upline. If you are signing customers and signing distributors, get some help with what's called charting so that you don't miss your promotions. Do not just sign people and leave them. Don't just sign a bunch of 45 people on your top line. Place to promote. Okay, so when you go Ruby, that means that each of those people in that box have had $400 in sales. So going Ruby and getting the $1,000 bonus, means that you've signed your 4 customers in 30 days. You've signed 3 distributors, maybe 5 distributors. Each of those boxes is filled with a person. And then each of those people have hit 400 in gross volume or 400 in sales in some way, shape, or form. Then your Ruby $1,000 bonus. Cha-ching.
Awesome.
Okay, what do we have next? I have my little list. Lindsay, what do you have next on here?
I think we need to talk about what to post on Facebook. Don't make it, we can send you in that little group some examples of what to post. You need to take people on an adventure. You need to be showing them that anybody can do this. Don't be spamming. People just are going to scroll through that if you just post a picture of wraps. I mean, they don't care. And also what made you want to sign up,
Yeah.
That person that signed you, your enroller, obviously had some awesome, was taking you on their adventure throughout everything in their life. So you need to just do the same. But we can give you some example posts of what to use. But
yeah, day through what we're going to do in that page is you're going to have day 1 through 30 of just tasks and ideas of how to get your business going. And then underneath the document that is the task, there's going to be a couple of posts. So Lindsay, Ashley, Lauren, and I, and whoever else will be putting good ideas for posts for that first 30 days. Doesn't mean you have to copy every single one of them. I was a person, I will tell you, that I was adamant that I was not going to post on Facebook about this business. I thought that was the dumbest thing in the world. I thought that was, I don't know how I was going to work my business. I had a plan apparently, but it was not regarding Facebook. But what I found is that, we're in 2016, you guys, and you can go blitz people, you can meet people in person, get an It Works shirt. I have one on right now. I got asked about it a lot. I had food on my belly all day long, so it also attracted attention because of that. Wear an It Works shirt, get a blitz card by your purse, but social media is a way to reach a lot of people in a short amount of time. So don't be afraid to post. People love selfies. People love pictures of your family. People love personal stuff that involves this business. So from day 1, just like Ashley was saying, you may not feel like you have a story, but your story is that you've decided you're going to make a change for your family and you're not going back. That they're going to watch your before picture of your life, and in 3 months, in 6 months, in 1 year, they're going to see a totally different life because you're going to pay off this debt. You're going to I'll never forget Ashley in like her first 5 days of the business, because she was not going to be a poster either, was like, guess what, guys, I'm going to pay my mortgage with this next month. bam, and she did that from the beginning. And that is the kind of thing that really gets people's attention. It's not join my team. It's not, oh my gosh, another belly picture. It's not, it's $99 to sign up. I need people to join my team. Those are all no-nos, okay? Make an adventure, bring people along on it, have fun in this business. This can't be something that sucks for you, because if it sucks for you, it's going to suck for everyone else, and they're not going to want to join a sucky team. So,
Well,
have
another thing
fun.
is, if people, you join this to make it fit into your life, life does not revolve around this. You are bringing this into your life. So
Yep.
get a part of that.
An idea for a post is take a picture. I have a picture of tonight on my phone, and my kid snuck out of her room and is sitting on the couch over there, but she was on my lap. And so my picture tonight will be that I'm working with my team while this little, star student in here is not going to bed, and like, whatever, that's part of my life. And that's what people want to watch is you. Even from step one, you do have a story, you do have an adventure. So don't be afraid to talk about that for sure. Do you guys want to add, Lauren or Ashley, do you guys want to add anything about just posting itself?
I was going to say, hey guys, I'm Lauren Dial. I was going to say, maybe think about what drew you into the person that sponsored you.
Mm-hmm.
If Erin Clark signed you, chances are she didn't get you off of a post that said, hey, join my team for $99. There was something that drew you into her, something that made her appealing, over and beyond anybody else that you may see posting about nails or eyelashes or whatever on, other network marketing companies.
Yep. No, I totally agree. I mean, again, if it was for me, it was that a mom of 4 kids was able to spend the days at home with her kids, making the income that her husband was at a company that I used to work for. I knew what he made, and I then knew what she was making. And I knew that I had a 45-minute commute every day that was making me want to shoot someone. And I had a boss that told me that I needed more makeup and better hair, And so when she told me this like life that she had, I was so jealous of it. And that is what drew me in. It wasn't, I had never even seen any of her posts. So I don't know. I don't really know, but she asked me face to face, but it wasn't join my team, $99, get 4 wraps. This is what the kit looks like. It was that she got to stay at home with her babies, and I got to go into Balance Point every day,
And for me with Erin, I actually had somebody 2 years prior to Erin asking me about the business. I had somebody ask me on a monthly basis, and she was more of an acquaintance. I didn't really know her that well. But she also had a lot of negativity on her Facebook and a lot of cursing and just like unattractive stuff that I was kind of thinking like, you're a business owner. So then when Erin asked me, it was that much more attractive to me because I knew Erin personally, and she was talking about paying off like a rental property they had, and that fit, home with me. And she presented herself a lot better. So I think we do need to be careful to remember that, yes, it is your personal Facebook page, but keep it, professional on there too. And people, as much negativity as in the world, people love to see somebody positive on Facebook. So I think that is a big thing too, that kind of made me jump with you as opposed to the other person.
Yeah. Yay. Well, I'm so glad that you did. I'm sure she's so pissed. So I honestly, we've kind of gotten through our list. The only other thing I wanted to say, and Lindsey brought this up, is that there is a website. One of the things I know that scares people right away is, especially if you have not tried product, or if you haven't been a customer for 2 years or whatever, and people have questions about the product. Obviously you have your website, obviously you have the documents, obviously you have your team pages, but something that I know that is not accessed enough, that is so valuable for us, is the product coach. Okay. It is myitworks.productcoach.com. Oh, thank you. That is such a valuable tool for you to use to ask questions about what product is gluten-free. You know, have you had that question? I get it all the time, and I can never remember what products are gluten-free, or, you know, just other very specific things about our products that I, Erin Clark, am not going to answer for you. I'm going to send you to the product coach, because that's where you need to learn it. And, you know, we don't want to make recommendations about our products anyway. We want to be as factual as possible. So, for example, you know, the gluten thing, I'm never going to say, well, I think this, or, you know, whatever. I'm going to go to product coach and I'm going to send them exactly what it says. I'm never going to say, this is what, you know, you can totally take this if you're breastfeeding. Nope. I'm going to say, ask your doctor. I know this is our list according to our website, but the rest of it, you need to ask your doctor, stuff like that. So that's just a tool that I wanted to make sure everybody was aware of, in case you weren't. Do you guys want to open it up for questions?
Sure.
Yeah. Even just in the chat, if we don't want to unmute everybody, if people don't want to actually ask.
You
I
can
think
individually unmute yourself if you have a question.
Yeah, that's fine. I feel like we've gone over just the very basics of that first 30 days. Obviously, we could talk for like hours and hours and hours and hours, but all you got to do is worry about getting those 4 loyal customers and start talking to people about the business, because your goal is Ruby and you have until April. So try to get it done as fast as possible and go ahead and get Emerald. All Emerald is, that is the next rank in our business. It comes with a $2,000 bonus, and it is 2 rubies and a little bit of change. That's it.
And then the big diamond bonus is just 3 rubies under you, basically. So it's really, that's why they build the whole structure around rubies, because even an ambassador diamond is built off a bunch of rubies. So just take it one step at a time and go as fast as you can, and don't look left, don't look right, don't compare yourself to what other people are doing, because that can be one of the biggest distractions, I think, in this business, where you get caught up then. So.
Does anybody have any questions? You can totally type them in if you don't want to ask. I'm looking at my newbies in here. I'm going to start calling you guys out here. I see you.
I'm getting a lot of people saying that they are ready to sell but don't follow through. Any tips on things to say to get them excited again? One thing that I do with people is basically, if you tell me that you are interested, or you tell me that you want to, you know, sign up and do this with me, you want to earn the bonus, I basically treat you as if you've already committed to me. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get you started. I'm going to introduce you to all of our team. Let's get you in now so I can get you added to my team page. And like, I just am bam, bam, bam. Like, and if they go like cold on me, then I don't remember whose initial idea it was, but I use this all the time. And I just send somebody a message and say, hey girl, did I say something to offend you? Because they're going to write back to you then. But I just think that I am very like, okay, you said you're interested, so let's just do it. Let's make it happen right now. I can call you or whatever, try to set up a like time to get them on the phone, or like, Another big thing that I watch a lot of newbies do is don't post your website on Facebook. Even if you put the space in it, like, don't do that, because then you have no idea when somebody goes to look at your page. So you don't even know that they're interested, because they might have went and browsed your page and then So I don't get, like, I literally walk people through my website. Like, okay, type my website in. Okay, you see my picture in the top right-hand corner. Hit shop or hit join. So I think that that's another big thing too.
That's a super good tip. In fact, I'll just take that further. I tell you no. If you are somebody that I've barely talked to and you ask for my website, I am not going to send it to you. Nope. Because I don't want you to say, all right, I'm going to take a look and I'll get back with you tomorrow. No, what are your questions? Let's talk about it. If it's a customer, what are your goals? Are you wanting to lose weight? Well, let me look at what you have. Well, tell me about what you're looking for, and then I can make some recommendations. And then when you're ready, I'll send you my website. I literally like hold it behind my back, because same thing as a distributor. You don't want them just browsing around and then and then their kids gets an ear infection, and then the next week they start their new job, and you're not going to hear from them for 2 weeks. Like, I want to get some info out of them first. And you don't have to be total chatty Cathy, but I definitely keep the combo going. And just like Ashley said about getting them going, like, I mean, you can do this if you have a favorite training video, or if you have some things like I love the YouTube video that Ashley Sinclair did a couple weeks ago. Like, I'm infatuated with it. It is not an opportunity video. It truly is a training. But I'm telling you what, if you have somebody sit for 30 minutes with her, one, they're going to want to be her BFF. And two, they're going to join your business because she rocks. And she's very simple at explaining it. It doesn't make it sound that hard. It makes it sound very doable and very exciting. So I do the same thing. I get them started on a little bit of our training. I get them, kind of chatting with people. I schedule. I will tell you that one thing about sealing the deal is that I make people give me a date. So if they're thinking about it, I say, what date do you want me to reach out to you, girl? What date are we going to get this started? If I don't put it in my calendar, I will forget about you because I talk to so many people. And then I put them in my calendar, and then I make sure that in between now and that date that I don't lose contact with them. Because if somebody says, I'll get back with you, and then they don't hear from you for 2 weeks, they've already forgotten about you because you're not important to them until they are truly in this business. And even then half of them, they still don't want to talk to you. So, as far as getting them re-motivated, just like Ashley said, it may just be a question of, did I offend you? What happened? Did you get scared? Did you ask some questions? Because some of their avoidance is just fear.
I've asked that, what's holding you back? Why haven't you?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Well, and I think, was it at Green Carpet that they did, like on a scale of 0 to 10, like where are you at as
That's Lori Conway. Mm-hmm.
as in joining me? Are you at a 7? Okay, so you're at a 7. What would get you to a 10? Like, are you confused about something? Are you scared you don't know enough people? Like, figure out what their fear is so you can talk them through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And let them know that you're going to be there, that this is a huge team effort, that they're not alone, that they're not just signing up and, all right, great, good luck, see ya.
Yeah.
There are a million resources out there for you guys. There's no reason.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm going to add to that question, Sarah. You said, when we have a wrap launch party, would you suggest doing a wrap giveaway or something else to keep people interested? A tip that Cammie Dempsey shared at Green Carpet last year, and you could do this on an online party or an in-home party, taking that a step further. So yes, you can give away a free wrap, or you can give away a free week of greens. Do whatever you want to make it to where they have to kind of be a part of the party. But if I have an in-home party, or if I have an online party, I usually take it a step further and say, I do some sort of contest, or I do, instead of just being able to comment and win a wrap, I want you to earn it. Mm-hmm. And so like at a wrap party, I'm going to have you post a selfie with your wrap on, or a selfie with the group, and say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to try these It Works wraps. I am ready to get my sexy back. Who would want to do this with me, or who all has heard of these? People love giving their opinion. So I think that that's a really non-assuming post. And then whoever gets the most likes gets the free wrap, something like that. And what you've done there is you've expanded your network, because again, a lot of the fear that I always hear from people is, I don't know enough people. We can help you get creative on how to expand your network very organically. If you go to a party with 3 people and each of them post on Facebook and tag you that they're so excited to try those wraps, that you're going to get people liking that post and commenting on that post. And you've made some new friends just via those 3 people that came to that party, or those 2 people. If you feel like it's a loser party and you failed miserably, well, those 2 people might have 5,000 combined Facebook friends that you've just accessed for free, So that's an idea too, is getting people to post on Facebook for you, maybe as a part of a contest of winning a wrap, maybe just to do it as a favor for you, something like that. So that's just another idea for that. My 4-year-old is staring at me from the dark living room. She never comes out of her room, ever. She goes to bed and she stays in her bed. So she knows
Something's up.
she knows that she's real deal in trouble. And here comes Daddy from the basement. So
Tina just said, is there a great way to get people to like or comment on posts? I wouldn't be too concerned with people liking or commenting on your posts because people are watching. I mean, I didn't ever comment on a single one of Erin's posts. Lauren Dial didn't ever comment on any of mine. Actually, when I asked Lauren, she told me she didn't know a single person who would buy that crap. Like, I wouldn't stress too much about who's liking or commenting on your stuff. People are watching. That's where I think it's good to get like the engagement posts going. Like, I've been seeing, like, some people did like a Valentine's Day one where there were like 6 options. Which one would you choose? Like, literally had nothing to do about It Works, but get people to engage with you. Also, if you want to see how many people are paying attention to you, post a video. If you're a public profile, post a video and see how many views it gets. And it's pretty incredible to see that people are watching.
yeah. Yeah. Another thing that you can do, I will tell you that you could post the same exact post. Like if you did let's say, I love the greens so much, they're the best product ever, and you did a picture of a corporate picture of the greens, you're not going to get any likes, or you're going to get 1 like. If you post a funny picture like this, with the greens, you may get 20 likes just because people think like, oh, that girl's got some nuts, like that's kind of funny. She's kind of funny, like she is having a good time with her business. And that gives you the opportunity to say, hey, chick, I saw that you liked my post. Do you ever have any interest in hearing more about this stuff? Like just something like that. The more personal you can make those posts, the more you're going to sucker in some of those people that would never like anything other than that. And you just messaging them to say, hey, thanks for the love on my post. Definitely, you can figure out some ways to do posts that get more likes than just the bland It Works post. Let's see. So again, Nicole, just like we talked about a little bit earlier, one of the things that I do is I do not send my website. I chit chat with them. What are your goals? What are you thinking? How are you feeling? Some people just go dark. Some people just decide they're not interested. Some people haven't gotten their income tax back, but they're not polite enough to just give you an answer. They just will ignore you. Some people got busy and they have kids with pneumonia. Some people's grandmas are in the hospital. Some people spent they don't have any money, but they're going to go get a tattoo like the next hour. So everybody is random. One thing I will say is that the more conversation and the more personal you can be, maybe not following up with them every day about the product, but maybe commenting that their kids are cute. Keeping engaged with them on a personal level versus just constantly following up. Being consistent is amazing, but sometimes if you are just hammering them, they're going to get annoyed. But what I will say is just you put them on that hundreds list, make a little note next to them saying they were interested in greens on this date, and just keep on going, because eventually they'll come back. I have people that have ignored me for 2 years that said, oh, shoot, I'm sorry I ignored your 1,200 messages. I'm ready to order a product now. Like, no big deal or whatever, Or
Another thing is don't make them, you don't need them. So don't say, hey, I need 5 more people by the end of tonight. Can you help me out? No.
Oh my gosh. We were at a funeral this summer, last day of a month. So I get it. We're all in crunch. I got 2 messages, one from a Mary Kay lady and one from, I think, a Jamberry lady, saying that they needed $200 more to hit their goal. Both of them on the same day while I was at my friend's funeral. Neither of them had talked to me ever. Neither of them commented on my stuff. Neither of them have ever told me that my kid was cute. But on the last day of the month, they needed $200 in sales. And so if I could just order a $25 product, it would greatly help them out. And I was like, no. Never. And in fact, I do love that Mary Kay mascara, but I will never, ever, ever order from you now, ever, So that's just something that we have to be very aware of. And It Works is killing it. We're so big and we're growing so fast. But there's a lot of spammers in this business. And so we actually have to combat the level of spamminess that happens along the way. We push really hard and we make a lot of money and we do a lot of big things, but we as a team have to really work on being personal and networking and creating relationships and not just blasting people with messages. So we got way off topic there, but okay. To convince a potential distributor to join, I would want to know, Anna, like, what words are you using? You don't want to have to convince anyone to do anything. You want to share something that makes it super exciting for them. So I would be really interested to hear what you're saying. Another thing that I know, I'm not sure I know Anna, so she's probably under you guys. One thing I know that your sponsors and your upline have are more than likely like short little videos or short little, online parties that they've done or calls that they've done. So if anybody is having trouble convincing anyone to sign as distributors, reach out to people who are above you and see if they have anything that you can send those people. So I really like using like a 3-minute video that explains the opportunity from me. So if I have a newbie that is uncomfortable, they can say like, hey, my friend Erin has a quick video. Do you have a second to watch it? Or, do you have a second to talk to her, or whatever the case may be? So I would do some digging there so that if you're new, you're not trying to like sell them on It Works Global in your first 30 days. You can utilize some help for that too.
Yeah, I think the group messaging is an awesome tool too. I know you and I did that a lot in the beginning when I was talking to people and didn't know what to say. And so
I'll tell you guys what I have been doing too. This is just like a recent thing. And I read it in a book that some isogenics lady does it. And I don't really know why I started doing it last week, but I am having people who are struggling signing distributors get with your groups that are, this is for newbies. So if you're a newbie and you're struggling signing a distributor, get with your sponsor. What I want you to do before you get with your sponsor is you need to make a list of 5 to 10 people who are your dream team. These are people that are positive, they're busy, they have they have goals, they don't post cuss words all over their Facebook all the time. They are go-getters. They're people that you would want to work with, 5 to 10 people. And what you're going to do is you're going to reach out to them and just say, hey, I have something to throw at you. Would you have a second? That's all you're going to say. And then you're going to add your sponsor or your upline or your presidential upline or your triple upline to that message. And that person can help you talk to them about the opportunity. So what I've been doing is I've been doing very personal group messages to them and saying, I gave Tiffany, I know Tiffany's on here. I gave Tiffany a task this week to make a list of just a couple of people who she would love to work with. And so I just want to throw this at you. And then I've been voice messaging them, and it's been very effective because I can be very blunt and forward because I'm not going to get my feelings hurt. When Susie says, no thanks, like I am going to tell Susie that this business, I do this full time. We have a strong team. We are going to fully support you. Tiffany's a rock star and she's going to be an excellent business partner with you. We have huge bonuses available and you've got to do this, Susie. You need to do this. It's going to change your life. Whereas you might not be confident enough to say that yet, so that's something that we've been doing very consistently and it's really paying off. I lost my chat screen here.
People are just concerned that they're bugging your sponsor. Your sponsor signed you up, so they're your go-to person. But there's also, like the product coach, like Erin said, and sometimes as your sponsor, we may not necessarily give you the answer, but we're going to tell you where to find it. Just because that's part of you becoming a leader. yourself. But the product coach on the Facebook groups, you can search keywords in your Facebook group too, which is awesome to find past posts about questions you may have. So we'll help you find the places to find it for sure.
Yeah, that's just one thing. I mean, I mention your sponsor a lot. I match effort. So the way that I'm going to help you and assist you is by helping you sign people as you get comfortable with it. But I'm also going to direct you where you can find your answers yourself. And I never want you to be offended by that. But you need to direct your people to do the same thing. If we all are constantly answering just questions immediately or constantly working our businesses for each other, then we're never going to get anywhere. Right. So if you're somebody that is rocking it and busting your butt, am I going to be there with you all day long to, help you talk to potentials? Absolutely. Let's get them sealed the deal. I want you to hear what I have to say, or I want you to use my video or whatever the case may be. But if you want to know what products somebody can use while breastfeeding, what I'm going to tell you is to go to our page and search the word breastfeeding. In your team page, there is a search bar, and you can search breastfeeding. You can search gluten. You can search, distributor posts. You can search anything you want, and you can find lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, what's better, 100 customers or 10 distributors? That's a good question. Well, I mean, we all have different opinions on that. It's a combo. The beauty of our company, we are not a pyramid scheme, okay? The reason for that is because we sell a product that people consume and they use, and we also sign teammates. So whereas a true pyramid is just selling a concept to a bunch of distributors and it's totally a scam, it's very illegal. We sell a product, we make money off of our customers, and we teach distributors to sign customers and distributors. So, you're always going to make money off of a customer where you don't always make money off of a distributor, but
your loyals can turn into distributors too.
Yeah, and your distributors may be people that want to rock this business, and you may make a significant income just by teaching that distributor how to be successful. So really, what's better is signing 4 customers and 3 distributors and completing your steps to success.
Everyone.
That's the answer. Mm-hmm. There's a reason that they have the balance. There's a reason that it's 4 and 3. There truly is. There's a reason that they do everything. They're so smart, you guys. They have reasons behind the BV that they use. I mean, everything they do has a reason. So just know that the fact that the steps to success have been one of the common things in the 3 years I've been in the business, it's never changed. Steps to success, 4 customers, 3 distributors. There's a reason for it. So that's why I never want to sign only distributors, no customers, but I never want to sign only customers, no distributors.
Yep, I agree. PBV is your personal bonus volume, and BV is your bonus volume. So each product has basically bonus volume can be broken down into like product value. So it's the value of the product outside of packaging. So some products like our wraps are $59, but the BV is $54. And then like a bottle of ThermoFit is $39, but the BV is also $39 BV. So just BV overall for what the product is, and then your PBV is your personal sales.
From your auto shipment and your customers, yep. Your personal customers, not your distributors' customers. Mm-hmm. That's called group volume, GV.
Yep.
If you don't have any distributors on your team yet, you want your PBV to be 400 at the end of the month.
Yep.
If possible, or more, but 400 is your big goal if you don't have any distributors on your team yet.
Can anybody answer in this thread? What does it mean to have 400? Can anybody tell us? Why does Lauren say it's important to have 400 at the end of the month? Anybody want to answer that up for the group? Anyone? Bueller? So 400 is, I know our totals to show we were commission qualified. This is 0. Okay. 400 in volume at the end of the month means you are a qualified leg. So remember that Ruby chart that we looked at? This guy. So when you have those boxes filled with team members and that team member hits a goal of getting to 400, that is a huge accomplishment. It's huge. It's such a building block of our business. Be proud when you get to 400. If you haven't signed any distributors, but you can get yourself to $400 in sales and 400 in PBV, that is amazing. So that is when you are a qualified leg. That is when whoever is teaching you is going to high five you because that's a great accomplishment. So I know our totals to show we are commission qualified. She's answering
I
that.
answered it.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, yep, you did too. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, it's based on the information that was shared today. If the commission page that was referenced earlier not up to
You can find it
update,
in the document library under your eSuite.
mhm.
It's a tab in the document library. Like Erin said, it's a lot of information and it can be somewhat confusing, but it does give you a percentage breakdown of, what the commission is on everything. So if you're a numbers kind of person or an information hog, it might be a place that you want to reference.
Another thing that you guys can do, and that question just reminds me of that, is go to YouTube and look up It Works compensation plan. There are leaders that are total green personalities that have done videos on the comp plan that are very, very thorough. They explain very well. Renee Stump is an amazing one. She's become such like a God's gift to me. Any of those leaders that have done some of that stuff, you can search. And the thing about that is that I found some of my biggest mentors just by watching their YouTube videos. You can get so much information. One of the aha moments that I had at conference was that Ashley Hughes signed up with some lady in a parking lot and never talked to her ever again. And she's now a millionaire with this business. So you don't need your sponsor. That's one of the things I wanted to mention tonight too. If you signed up in the last month and a half and your sponsor has pieced out, that's okay because you can still do this. You do not need your sponsor to be successful in this business. You can do this on your own. You can make $500 a month. You can make $1,000 every month. You can make $10,000 every month. We're here for you, but there's a ton of information out there. You could never talk to us ever again and still make $1 million with It Works Global. That's how simple our business is. So.
Okay, did we get everybody's questions answered?
Looks like it.
Either talking or in the chat. I think so.
I think so too.
If we didn't answer your question, go ahead and post it in the What the Heck Do I Do in my first 30 days group, and I'll
make a post for that, a thread for that.
I was going to ask us to do that. I would love to have a thread for questions and then a thread for when you get your 120 in free product, comment. Because I want to see
those.
Okay. And I tried to make that page have a catchy name and then
it was perfect.
That's cute.
Yeah, it worked. What the heck?
Everyone wants to know what the heck do I do?
Yeah. Lost in the sauce. Okay, guys.
Awesome.
Yay. Hope this was helpful. Oh, Allison earned her 120 today. Was this helpful? Does anybody else have any last minute questions?
Hey, should we post the recording to this in that group?
Sure. Yeah, I will. I'll record it. It just takes a while to download, but I'll
download. Okay. I was gonna, okay.
It's recording, right? It's been
Got it.
All righty.
Good job on your customers, guys.
Yeah, buddy. First Zoom. I had a couple people that couldn't get on tonight, so hopefully most people could.
Awesome. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.